All right, join me for the math on the spot video. You're going to want graph paper, scratch paper for this lesson. So make sure you have that before you get started. If you need to, pause the video now and then go get that. And let's get started.
If you have a bunch of numbers and you want to analyze them, one way to do it visually is to create a box plot. This is a very powerful way of seeing where kind of the center of the data is and seeing how the data is spread out. In fact, let's take a look at an example where we can actually see those things happening actually in terms of airlines and delays. Let's check out a not so good example for ourselves and have some fun. Okay. So the box plots here show the number of flights delayed per day for two different airlines. And now, a couple questions. First of all, which data is more spread out? Well, let's take a look at the box plot for airline A. Now, what you see here is a box that actually shows the center, 50%, if you will, of the data. And then these little whisker-like things come out to show you the lowest and smallest data point and the largest data point. And so each of these regions, this region, this region, this region, this region, represents a quartile of the data. So this is a quarter of the data, a quarter of the data, a quarter, and a quarter. And so the spread, it tells us information about how the data is distributed. Well, if you wanted to see which data is more spread out, what we'd have to do is we'd have to figure out for each data set the largest value, the smallest value, look at the difference, and see which difference is greater. So for airline A, for example, let's take a look at airline A. So airline A, the largest value would be what? Well, let's see, here's 15, 16, 17, 18. So we see the largest value is 18. And what's the smallest value? 1, 2. Smallest value is 2. So the spread is actually the difference between those two. So 18 minus 2, which equals 16. So that's the spread of the data. What about for airline B? Well, for airline B, we do the same thing. So the largest value is 15, and the smallest value is 1. And so that difference, if we subtract, the difference is going to be 14, and that's the spread. Spread. Okay, so which is larger? Well, I see, of course, that 16 clearly is greater than 14, which means that, in fact, the data set for A is more spread out than the data set for B. And we see that for ourselves because we see that the 16 spread is larger than the 14 spread. So that the spread is given to us by basically the length of these little arms here. Okay, now there's something else I want us to think about, which is how much greater is the median number of flights delayed for A than for B? Now the median, which is kind of that middle value, is actually given to us in a box plot. By looking inside the box, you will see a dot inside there with a line, and that shows you the median. So that represents the median. So for example, here, the median is right here, which is 10. So the median here is 10. That's the middle value. And what about for airline B? Well, the median here, you see, is moved way over here, and we see it's at 5. So here the median, let me slide this down a little bit. I love that. Isn't that great? When you should do that on a piece of paper, you write something out and just kind of lasso it and then just move it down. Love that. Median equals 5. So the question is, how much greater is the median number of flights delayed for A than for B? Well, all we have to do now is just look for the difference. So we take the median that we have here, which is 10, and subtract off the median that we have here, which is 5. And so we see 10 minus 5, which is 5. And so what we see is the median number of flights that are delayed is 5 more for airline A than for airline B. And so you can see that just using these two box plots, we're able to see all sorts of interesting facts about the spread of the data of delays in both airlines and how much more airline A has a higher median than airline B in terms of delays. So box plots are yet another way to visualize numerical data. We kind of graph all the points on a number line, and then we kind of lasso in a box that kind of middle 50% of the data. We mark off inside that box where the median is, and then we have these kind of whisker-like lines that show us the other quartiles. So each segment actually is a quartile, and put together we have our box plot. Enjoy looking at the box plots in your life, and I'll see you soon.
All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.